Hello everyone and welcome to another brand new devlog video on this channel. And in this week's devlog video, there's not going to be quite as much I guess, action as there was in last week's video. Also, it's not going to be as long, at least I hope so. I mean, last week I also aimed to create a around about 10-minute video, but it ended up to be 50 minutes long instead of 10. So let's try to not repeat that. Let's try to actually create a nice and short little 10-minute video this week, and it should be much easier as there will be a lot more coding in between the video segments, and they probably won't be even close to as long as before because it won't be as action-packed as I already said. This week I'm just going to try to port all of my mods, or at least most of my mods, to well, mostly 1.16. This mod, the Realm of Dark Chaos, I'm gonna have to port back to 1.14 as well. And then to 1.16, and all of my other mods I'm gonna have to fix some bugs in those and then port them to 1.16. And that's what I have planned for this week. So yeah, that's what I have in mind in terms of development for this week. And I guess if you're new on this channel and you're thinking to yourself, hey man, this is a cool dude, he's creating programming videos, and by the way, I'm going to create some programming tutorials and stuff like that in the future as well, most likely. I haven't planned anything in regards to that yet, but it's gonna happen at some point on this channel, definitely. But yeah, if you enjoy my content, essentially just, you know, leave me a like and subscribe, or a comment or whatever, but most importantly I guess subscribe, because I've got like literally 4 subs at this point in time, and yeah, every sub would help. So yeah, subscribe, like, comment, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. I don't think I have to go into too much detail. Anyways, I guess let's jump right in, and I'll see you in a bit when I'm done porting this mod to 1.14 probably, which will probably take quite a lot of time. So for me, quite a lot of time will pass now, but for you it's gonna be just a matter of a couple of seconds probably. So yeah, see you in quite a bit probably. Well, quite a bit indeed, as I just checked my files, and the intro to this video was recorded, I think 2 months ago, something like that. 2 months and a couple of weeks ago now. And well, yeah, I got quite lazy. I was quite lazy the last couple of weeks and months, I guess, working on this, and I didn't really make a whole lot of progress in general every single day of that time period, because I got quite lazy, to be frank, as I already said. This is now Minecraft 1.14, so we are now indeed in the targeted Minecraft version of 1.14 that I targeted for this backport. But yeah, things aren't quite right yet. For example, as you can see, I'm in a corrupted plains biome, but this is the only biome that generates currently. There are still quite a few bugs left. The portal isn't working either, though I do know why it's not working, but I haven't fixed that yet. That isn't working. I've checked and tested some other things. For example, trees don't grow at all. I'm not entirely sure why that's happening, why that is a thing, but trees don't really work right now. I haven't tested everything yet, but there are still quite a few things that need working on and that need to be fixed and patched and stuff. But yeah, I got quite lazy, and I intended for this video to come out 1 week after my last video, but now it's coming out like 2 months after my last video. I'm very sorry about that, by the way, and I'm not entirely sure what this video is going to be about in general now, because, you know, it took me 2 months to create this one port. I initially wanted to port all of my mods in this one video, but I'm not entirely sure how I'm gonna handle things from here on out. But yeah, yeah, I just got quite lazy. But yeah, so suffice to say, this wasn't easy porting this. There's a good reason why it took me, other than being lazy, of course, that it took me 2 months to even get to this point, because this is like the first compilable version of my mod. Like, the mod didn't compile at all, or wasn't compilable at all, for the last 2 months, up until like a couple days ago, because there were so many things that changed between 1.14 and 1.15 actually, that I didn't know about, in terms of custom dimensions and stuff. So yeah, I had to put quite a lot of work into that, but it finally compiles now, but it isn't quite working. But it's gonna be there soon enough, I hope, I guess. I'm gonna try to not be as lazy in the next couple of days, and then it's probably gonna be a matter of a couple of days, and this mod is going to be yeah, ready for shipping, so to speak, ready for releasing. So yeah, I guess talk to you in another little bit this time, I hope. Not a long bit again. Alrighty then, so I've got some good news and a very small amount of bad news. And yeah, I guess let's start off with the good news first of all, I guess. Yeah, obviously, By the way, there's some pillager outposts over there for some reason. Whatever, so the good news is, this is not the Forge development environment anymore. This is the actual Minecraft game, the regular Minecraft game, I should rather say, I guess. I successfully compiled and built the mod and exported it and imported it into default Minecraft using the mods folder, as you do, to install mods and stuff. You know, and yeah, it's running just fine, at least it seems like it. I pretty much tested everything in single player and in multiplayer, and to my knowledge, I finally managed to fix and patch up all of the bugs. Also, the teleporter is now finally working again. As you can see, this is working now, and I can just fly through it, and boom, there we go. It will just take, you know, a short amount of time to load me into the world, but in a moment's notice, this should actually work properly, and there we go. The portal works, the world works, the trees work now, the grass was actually also broken, the sky was broken, there was a lot of broken stuff. One of the bosses was actually broken, I think. What else was broken? There was a lot of broken stuff. But I fixed all of it. It's pretty much working now, working as intended. On version 1.14, which is the new long-term support version of Forge. And yeah, that's that. On top of that, it's all working now. But yeah, as you can see, it's all working, the biomes are generating correctly, etc. And so on and so forth. But yeah, let's get to the bad stuff, I guess, the bad news part, which is really very minor, in my opinion, anyways. First of all, the first bit of bad news is the portal is kind of a little bit buggy in multiplayer, or on multiplayer servers, I should rather say. So if you are in creative mode and go through a portal on a server, there is a pretty good chance that it will be teleported back instantly for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why. I decided to not fix that though, as you know, it's like some weird corner case bug that will only appear in multiplayer. When you're in creative mode and go through a portal, and to fix it, you can just, you know, switch to survival mode, and then it just works as intended. Also, what I also had happen was when I ported through the portal in multiplayer mode, the sky color for some reason stayed as it was. So I had the overworld sky color, the blue sky of the overworld in my dimension, but after disconnecting and reconnecting, that was also fixed. So I'm guessing it's some weird kind of desync issue that's pretty much only occurring in 1.14, so I don't really care about that one either. But yeah, a major change is that the world generation actually works entirely differently in this version. Now you might say, but it looks just like the 1.15 version, and that's true. I tried to get the generators of 1.14 and 1.15 to generate very similar terrain, or terrain as similar as possible. And it roughly looks like the terrain that the 1.15 generator also generates, but there's a pretty big difference in the two generators, as in, yeah, I just convert the 1.15 code to 1.14 code, and for some reason it just didn't generate the same world at all. It looked entirely different. So instead I decided to full-on scrap the idea of trying to recreate the 1.15 generator and just build a different generator that creates different terrain, but in a very, very, very similar fashion. The result is that, you know, this works, 1.15 also works, but if you import a 1.14 world into 1.15, the terrain will look pretty much vastly different, you could say, I guess. It will look very different, and it won't match up at all, so you will get these ugly generator edges where the generator switches. So, you know, you will have this point where it's just like sharp edge, and then it's like an entirely different biome potentially beyond that, or like different terrain height and stuff. I'm very sorry about that, but honestly, if you're playing on 1.14, there's a pretty substantially high chance that you won't update your Minecraft version ever anyways, as that's the current long-term support version, and I don't think someone that will install the 1.14 version of this mod will ever update his or her game, so I hope that's alright, I guess. Yeah, so the 1.14 version is working now. I guess the next thing I'm going to tackle is the 1.16 port of this mod, which hopefully won't take me as long as the 1.14 port, but we'll see, I guess. I'm not entirely sure whether I'm going to end this video here, actually, because I think it's gotten quite long, actually, even though I just ported one mod, and I intended to get all mod ports done in this one video. Yeah, that turned out in a very strange way. I think I'm actually going to call this video right here. I'm going to end this video right here, because it's gotten quite long, I think. I'm not entirely sure how long, but yeah. I think this is a good point to actually end the video, I think. So, yeah. Feel free to leave me a subscription in case you haven't done that yet. I would much appreciate that, and it would really support me and my channel, and my mods and stuff, obviously. Also, feel free to leave a like or a comment. And I hope to see you soon again in my next video, which will probably cover me porting this mod to 1.16, and hopefully cover me porting even more mods to even more of my mods, obviously, to 1.16, because I haven't ported any of my other mods to 1.16 yet either. Anyways, that's that. On top of that, I guess this is where this video ends then. Hopefully see you soon. Bye!